You push this little button in this little box, and then 2 days later you get this like representation of that moment. It's kind of magical. So my name's Justin J. I'm based here in New York City, but I grew up in Santa Barbara originally. I used to have a big loft space that I rented a bunch of rooms out in the East Village, and I was waiting tables, and 2 of my roommates were photo assistants. We pretty much were making the same amount of money, and they were traveling the world and hanging out with hot models, and I was serving pastas. So I was like, damn, I want a piece of this. And so I started photo assisting and worked with a lot of different fashion photographers. And after a couple years, I was like, wow, this is what I want to do. And I got really lucky. I was brought in as a personal photographer to Sean Combs, and that kind of was one of the first big breaks to let me make the transition from an assistant to shooting. About 2 weeks into it, he fired his manager, and I just established a rapport with him at that point. So I approached Sean, and I was like, hey, we should do this book project. And he liked the way I shot, just because it was very kind of fly on the wall, and I wasn't all up in his grill trying to be his best friend and like talking to him. It was just like, I think because of that, he really established a good level of trust, and I've gotten to experience some pretty amazing things. Kind of having that feather in your cap and that relationship definitely opens up a lot of the other doors with different artists. And I went on tour with Outkast and shot a book project with them, and went on tour with The Strokes and shot a project with them. And so it kind of it just lends credibility and trust, when you can show really intimate moments of another big celebrity to another artist. It just kind of lets them know oh, well, it's not getting up on TMZ, or this guy isn't some red carpet wire image photographer. I guess about 10 years ago I started surfing, got back into surfing here in New York, which is really ironic because I grew up walking distance from Rincon, which is one of the more classic breaks in the nation. But I moved to New York pretty much straight out of high school, and so I started surfing out of Rockaway. I always wanted to shoot a project on the North Shore. Kind of wanted to do is basically tell the story of what I'd done, shooting behind the scenes in the hip hop world, but more in the surfing world on the North Shore. I feel like I just had never really seen it the way that I wanted it to be captured. I got to shoot a lot of stuff with Andy Irons in the last couple of years, and some of those are really special pictures. I have a picture that I didn't realize it was as poignant at the time, but I have a picture of Michael Ho and Andy kind of hugging at a party. Looking back at that photo, it's just a real kind of special moment. I have a little box of prints of some of my celebrity work that I brought over to Hawaii, and you would show it to some of these people. I was just introduced myself cold to Sonny Garcia, for instance, and I was like, oh, I'm shooting this project, can I show you some photos? And immediately he saw a picture of Jay-Z, and he was like, oh, check this out, this guy shot Jay-Z. It was it's so bizarre, because I was like, dude, you're Sonny Garcia, for lack of a better word. I'm way more starstruck to be getting to hang out with some of these surfers than random celebrities I've gotten to shoot. I definitely putting a lot of passion into this surf book that I'm shooting, and I'm excited about the Quik Pro here in New York, because it's kind of the melding of 2 different worlds. Most of my career has really been here in New York City, and then for the last 4 winters I've spent on the North Shore, kind of trying to use that relationship and that skill set to document these surfers. And now everyone's going to be here all at the same time, so it'd be really exciting.